Okay, Mark and Mitchell, high quality home maintenance on one of the worst kinds of leaks you can have. It's a stucco house, plaster inside. This is nightmarish on several different levels. He's got water dripping in right there in his window, and he's got it again in the hallway right there. We're gonna go up there, show you where this leak is. Okay, heading out. So initially, we were thinking maybe that's not caulked well, and it is caulked well. And we got up here, it's like, well, this doesn't look bad. But when you get to looking, right there is our defect. Right here is our step flashing. It only comes up 1/4 of an inch. So what we're gonna do is we're probably gonna take some shingles off here, and they caulk the top of this step flashing, trying to mitigate that. When I say okay, let me just take that off. I'll show you what the leak is. So there's that. That's a problem. That is a problem. That is water getting in. I don't care who's doing it, it's getting in. So we'll probably end up taking this shingle off, this stuff off, because that ends right there. Anyway, we'll get at it. Okay, now I've got the nail out here. Took the nail out, so I'll be able to move this a little more. And then as you can see, this flashing needs to be coming on top of this shingle. It can't be on below it. Let's see. I'll get a better view for you. Of course, this is so that's in the wrong spot. So all this is going underneath the shingle. This shingle will only come up to about there. So I just don't trust it. Plus we got this corner here. Plus we got this crap here. Okay, it's Mark and Mitchell again, high quality home maintenance on that same roof leak. You can see, so we took out give me that flashing real quick. This flashing was underneath here and underneath there, like so. So, and this caulking was kind of poorly done. And then water was probably still wicking back a little bit, and you can see the dirt from the wicking activity. You pull that out, there's where water's gonna get in. But then when you get up here, all the water that's coming down these step flashings, it's directed underneath right there. So what is this doing? Let me pull this out. Let's see what happens. Ta-da! There's our leak. Now we have this to deal with. I have yet to come up with a plan for this, but I will come up with a plan. All right, so got it out. You can see water was going right in there because it couldn't help but go in there. So taking that out, we're gonna custom make some flashing and get this wrapped up. Mark Mitchell again, high quality home maintenance on the same roof leak. So we're in the repair process. We put a shingle down. We went underneath their flashing, so that way our shingle comes up underneath our flashing nice and far. And we had, unfortunately, just step flashing. We didn't have any one piece black. We have this curled up on the back side as far as we can underneath the stucco, which is maybe about that far.
I think it's more. I think it's 9 inch.
Yeah, okay. So then anyway, we're coming this way, and this piece of flashing right here we have going through here. So when it gets over here, we have it cut back at an angle behind this board, but we're back in here. Then our next defect is right there, and we're gonna fix that by running our step flashing along, nailing that on here, and you know, I may get this underneath there. That's what I'm thinking on it. We may move this underneath this shingle. I think we will. And then this shingle will be on top of this flashing, and then we'll continue around this corner, which again, we're going to clean up our flashing a little bit. Everything still moves. We're going to get our kick out right here, and then we're going to take a piece of counter flashing and stick it in here and bring her down. Okay, so we have a complicated repair here. This is step flashing. We caulked the overlaps, which, you know, that's frowned upon probably. In addition to that, this piece we have coming up in between this crack, between this 1x and 1x3 and 1x4. So it's going through under here. That's this piece. And then we've got another piece of flashing coming down to there, and then it folds in and kicks out. So we had to caulk this to beat the band, and we had to caulk that to prevent any water from getting in and driving underneath to get there. So now we have our standard kick-out flashing, and then everything situation normal. We have this cut in, let into the stucco, the wood, this wood, and then we caulk the top of that. I think we got this pretty much kicked, and then clearly we caulked that, cut that joint that we have right there. So we're good to go.